Thank God it's Saturday. That's what I have to say today. Let's forget about TGIF. Thank God it's Saturday. So, Kelly in Black Thread Studio, I could not wait for it to be today because um, you guys know it was a hard week for me, and I've thought all week about whether or not I was going to talk about it or what I wanted to do, but um, I have to say, I kind of had to, I thought I was in a spiritual crisis, which I don't know really what that means, except I was kind of like, poor me, why me? What am I doing wrong? Why isn't God listening to me? Kind of that. So I really had to stop and have a come to Jesus talk with myself. So I'm going to share that in the first part of this today because I feel like for me to be myself and honor the friendship that you guys are putting out there and really supporting me. Like I asked, when I got on here, I said, I want friends, and you guys, there's a handful of you that have come through full force. And in my dreams, someday, there's again a handful of us that meet somewhere for a weekend and have coffee and stitch and create and shop and dinner and wine and all that good stuff. So maybe someday that will happen. But anyway, I just wanted to honor the friendship that you guys are putting out to me by maybe letting you know a little bit about what happened. Because it really affected me for a few days. And with your great thoughts and prayers, I was able to sit down and really have a talk with myself. And I felt like I was coming out of it. Years ago when I was younger, things would devastate me for a week or a month or whatever. And now I'm kind of bouncing back in a couple days, which I think is good, but I still have those feelings of not being good enough and why me, and I work hard and I'm a good person and all that stuff. So I'll just tell you what happened. I'm going to be as honest with you as I can so you guys know where my heart is, because if I'm not even honest with myself and you guys, I feel like I'm not going to be successful or enjoy what I'm doing. So that's why I deleted my video from Tuesday. I really did kind of was like, oh my gosh, I haven't even talked to you guys or thought about what I'm going to do on Saturday. And because I was feeling so sorry for myself on Monday, that I couldn't get past it. And then after I did it, I thought, that's not who I want to be. I don't want to put stuff like that out there. So I took it down. And I also deleted my Flosstube video from last week, and that's what I'm going to talk about. So, I've been stitching and doing this my whole life. My whole goal in life has been to be able to do this and, make some money at it and have it be what I do. That has never worked out for me, unfortunately. We moved around a lot. I, sadly didn't have the support that I needed to say, yeah, this is your dream, take it and see what you can do with it. So I am very lucky that I got into the profession that I'm in, being an optician, because as much as we moved around, there is and always is a need for good opticians. So I am grateful for that, but I have never given up on my dream of wanting to teach, design, make patterns, sew, share that. I'm very passionate about it. I love, I just think it's such a great release and has such great history when you read about quilts and stitching and cross stitch and samplers and all those things that women did in our history. And I want to be part of having that continue on and on and on and on. So anyway, that's where I'm coming from. But I'm getting, I'm getting older. I'm tired. I don't want to not work. I just want to do what I want to do. I want to spend my hours doing what satisfies me and gets my creative juices going and is fulfilling, and that I think, you know, I've talked about this before. I have these big man hands that are my mom's and my grandpa's, and you know, I have been self-conscious about them before, but these are good, strong hands that God gave me, and the talents that I have to, you know, dig in the yard or, you know, there's some things I'm not good at, but I can sew and I can garden. And that's what gives me pleasure. So those truly are the gifts that God gave me, and I want to use those. So, so jumping forward to that, it, I found that YouTube is a good way to get out there, especially since, for sure, COVID and working and being involved. I didn't work at Ben Franklin, but I had opportunities to teach there and have my quote group. And when all that went away, I didn't want to lose that. I thought, how am I going to connect with these people out there that have the same passion and love that I do? And this is what I chose to do, to put myself out there. So, and I kept talking about Flosstube and how I didn't get it. And I guess what I didn't get was, you know, I've been like this my whole life. Somebody would have some kind of designer pillow out there for $200, and I would think, well, I can do that. I'm not going to pay $200 for that pillow. I could do that. So it was kind of the same thing watching other people. I was like, well, I can do that. I can do that. But then it was like, well, what's wrong with me? How come they have thousands of followers? You know, because unfortunately that's important. And I started thinking, why not me? And then I really put too much importance on that. I did last weekend. I thought, well, maybe if I do a floss tube, you know, it seems like these people after one floss tube get thousands of followers. And so anyway, I think I don't know, that's not me, and that was wrong. So I deleted that floss tube because, you know what, I honestly didn't have fun doing it. It was kind of like me trying to be like everybody else and thinking, well, if I do it this way, you know, maybe I'll attract more people or get more whatever. So I deleted it, and I thought, I just have to trust. This was my Jesus talk, that the 70 or 80 people that are out there, that are watching, that are getting something out of this, even if it's 10 of you that watch, that's what's important to me. That is what is important to me, is that what I'm doing is coming from my heart, even if there's one person out there for it. And I think God kind of like put the reins on and went, okay, well, Nellie, you need to back up. That isn't what you're supposed to be doing. So, but I think I feel this urgency, like, oh my gosh, I'm 60 and I'm tired, but I still have to make a living and I still have to make money. But, you know, just, you kind of go through that. It's not a midlife crisis. It's a midlife, you know, come on, I want to do what I want to do. I want to do, you know, what I want to fulfill my dreams and my passion, and not feel like I'm a struggling stitcher all the time, you know, being at work, wishing I was home doing something else. So anyway, that's where I was coming from. I had, so I was watching a Flosstube video, and they kind of put out there that there's a need for finishers, they call them, people that can, you know, turn cross-stitch items into pin cushions, needle books, whatever. And it was like a light bulb went off in my head. I was like, oh my God, that is what I'm supposed to do. You know, I've been praying about this. That's what I'm supposed to do. So, and that anyway, it was like, there's a need for that. So, you know, leave us a message. So in my excitement and my like, oh my God, this is what I'm supposed to do, I left a message. I realized that they don't know me, probably seemed like I was a crazy person. And then I actually emailed somebody. All I'll say is that I emailed somebody, and unfortunately did not get a nice email back. Did not. And that caused, so anyway, and then on my other comment, it was crickets. Nothing. No response, nothing. And then the not so nice email. So that kind of knocked me back, and I thought, well, you know, what did I do wrong? You know, this is what I want to do. I feel like I'm going after what I want to do. Did I go about it the wrong way? You know, like kind of going through that whole thing again. I'm not good enough. I don't understand. You know, God, what do you want me to do? What am I supposed to do? So, you know, just really feeling bad and sorry. And so anyway, it took me a little while. I really reached deep down to the person that I really think I am and want to be. And anyway, I emailed back this person with kindness, even though it made me cry. For a whole day. For a whole day I cried. I emailed back with kindness and got an email back with kindness, thanking me for my kindness. And that was a huge lesson, a huge lesson. So I just wanted to tell you guys that that's what happened. I will probably continually go through these things like we all do. It just so happens that I'm out here sharing it with you, because if I don't, I feel like I can't go on and talk to you guys and be creative and show you what I want to do. I really don't like that word authentically, but authentically, you know, coming from my heart and not trying to be like anybody else, which I really have never wanted. I've told you guys all along, I don't follow rules. I break the rules. I don't follow directions. That's because I want to do it my own creative way, not because I want to be a troublemaker. I just want to do it my own creative way. So anyway, leading to that, I kept thinking, you know, and I was reading an article and it said prayer flags in it. So this was yesterday when I was on my lunch, and it said prayer flags. And I was like, oh, that is really cool. And the article I read was about some girl, I think this was like in 2010, had a movement going to make these prayer flags, and then everyone actually hung them outside. I wish I could remember, because I would definitely give her credit for it. I should have written it down, but the idea was that everyone hung their prayer flags outside, and that the wind, you know, let the wind ravage it and blow through it and take that energy, you know, around the world from their prayer flags. So I really like that, but I thought I'm not gonna make a prayer flag and stick it outside in the winter right now. So jumping back to last week, from the Flosstube that I deleted, my first one. By the way, I kind of went through this thing like, fine, then I'm not gonna Flosstube and, you know, kind of screw you, you know. And I thought, well, I really love cross stitching and I love Flosstube, and I you know, don't let somebody that was not very kind take your joy away. So I'm taking my joy back, and I am cross stitching, and I'm going to do a Flosstube. And so this brought me to this that I showed last week. I'm going to show you what I want to do, and then again I'm going to go get my mom. I'm going to sit and relax with her and stitch the rest of the night. I'll probably I don't know if I'll do it later tonight or tomorrow, but we'll get through this, and then I'll show you what we're going to do in the second part. So anyway, I had made a copy of this free, if you sign up for Liz Matthews, hello from Liz Matthews, for her newsletter, I just made a copy, and my color copier isn't working, so it doesn't look that pretty because you can't even see it. You can actually see that better. Now look how pretty that is. So when I thought of prayer flags, I kind of wanted to do something different, but I'm not gonna, It was a scripture, and I'm not gonna tell you what it is because I'll save that for another time, because I will do something. But anyway, I saw this. I had wanted to make it. It's just this little, and I thought, okay, hope is a really good word to use for a prayer flag. So I started stitching it last night, and I had this fabric I started something else on, but I loved the color. Here we go. I have no idea. It might be like a 30 count or 32 count something, and I'm using 2 threads over 2 over 2, and so really all I have left to do are those 2 flowers on the side, and then I'm going to make this into my prayer flag, and I'll show you what we're going to do with it. So on that note, I ordered some floss and a really cute needle minder from the Thread Gather on their Etsy shop, and I got the floss, but then I also got this one in there, and it's just really bright red, and this one is called In the Reds silk floss. She does all hand-dyed silk floss, and this one I didn't order, and in there, this is why I love them so much, is a description of this little extra piece. It's called lanyap, which is a small gift given to a customer by a merchant at the time of purchase, or more broadly, something given or obtained gratuitously or by way of good measure. I just thought that that was so cool. So anyway, I decided I actually thought, oh, that's a little bright for me. What am I gonna use it on? But it just looks that way. Look, that variegated hand-dyed, look how that's coming out on there. I mean, truly, when I say it makes my heart pitter-patter, I truly mean it. Like, I get all excited and, you know, like, oh, I love that, and I love it on this fabric. So anyway, I'm gonna finish stitching that tonight. This is kind of what I came up with, and I'll show you. I have a big red hutch with these big old crystal doorknobs that Rox actually gave me. The big old crystal doorknobs I put on this red hutch. Oh, you know what? I took those off of there and put something else on, because those were the knobs that I showed you for the Whimsy Block of the Month. Anyway, I'll show you that. I'll show you the red hutch in the second part of this, where I'm going to hang it. But this is what it's going to be. I like to use sticks. I'm going to go get a stick from the yard. This is going to be the cross stitch body part. I'm going to back it. I'm going to sew on a bottom that's going to have little flag tails. I'm probably going to put my yo-yos here. This is what I just started thinking. I thought I want to put buttons across, maybe not that many. This is my stitch line. I'm just going to flip that over. You know, I'm going to do a backing on it, and then hang it with a really pretty ribbon. And I'm going to hang it on that red hutch. And this will be my prayer flag. And it's not going to be the only one I'm going to do. And they don't have to be cross-stitched. So we'll talk about that in the second part. But I'm going to work on this. I'm going to come back and see you later today. And, you know, you guys just, you guys know who you are that are giving me so much support. And I cannot even thank you enough, truly, truly, from my heart. Bernadine, your words are just in my head. Stay the course, stay the course, stay the course, girl. Stay the course. So, and then you other guys that are so sweet, pumping me up, and, you know, the only one that ever said those sweet, sweet things to me that you guys do is my mom. Well, yeah, and Rox. So anyway, I'm gonna go. If you guys want to do this with me while I'm gone, why don't you search through your cross stitch think of a word, think of how you, it's almost kind of like our little whimsy quilt that we're doing, only it's not going to be quilted. We're just doing a little flag to hang. And that's all. So I just want to let you guys know I'm back on track, and thanks to you guys, and we are forging ahead. And yeah, blessings to everybody, and I will see you later. Okay, bye-bye.